Well, good afternoon. Do we have some situations going on? As we have the NDP leader, Andrea Horvath, out here, sitting there having Cupid behind him, the group of nurses. We have so many other unions out here. The nurses going, we have your back. We have all this. Does the government have your back? Does the mayors have your back? Well, you better look at these cities as mayors who don't have your back. You can look at Toronto, John Tory, Hamilton, Fred Lionberg. I don't know who the London mayor is. I've really never paid attention. And if you look at these characters, wow, what a mess they're creating. As we have Pierre from the Conservative Party out here, who I like, out west. I wish he would have ran for premier. He was really giving out me a lot of the information of all the money of where it's going, that's for sure. So, as we have the nurses getting a raise out here, and all across your sanctuary cities like Toronto and London, everybody is fighting for their nurses. But nurses are being fired because they won't accept the vaccination. So what does the government decide to do? And where are they bringing in help? Well, on Channel 11 News in Hamilton, Ontario, they decide to bring out an article saying that they have refugee nurses there who want to become now, of course, Canadian citizens. As they're firing you nurses because you won't accept it. Now, they're not all doing this with the police officers, but the nurses, they sure are. You are being replaced. And of course, they're going to vote in what they have there already. Let's remember, coming up in the municipal election, you only have to be here one day. Refugees and immigrants were allowed to vote. Remember in 2014, Fred Eisenberg won with 25,000 votes. But in 2018, the most highest ever of 75,000 votes ever for a mayor, you had John Tory in 2014 come out with just 215 because refugees and immigrants were allowed to vote. In 2018, I believe it was 450,000, something ridiculous like that, because they were allowed to vote. This is what's going on behind your scenes. This is why I want to take away private meetings and private sector. So to you nurses out there, you're already being replaced. You don't know it yet. And the government is handing out, of course, what we look at as a big deal today, a health card, like candy, everywhere. You nurses got a lot of decisions to make out here. And of course, if you don't do what your government's told, you are fired. Don't kid yourself. They're not going to make you to keep getting tested. They're just going to fire you like they are everyone else because you've already been replaced.